All right, round one. We're on the draw. We're going to keep this hand. Infiltrator into Cruiser. Pretty good, actually. And we have the Rune Processor in hand, too. Hedron Crawler. Nice. So I probably want to jump to a turn 3 Cruiser over the Infiltrator. Probably. Right? Hedron Crawler. Well, that looks familiar. Blinding Drone. Nice. Still want to do the Crawler. Because then we can go Cruiser into Infiltrator Drone on turn 4, which is pretty sweet. What do we got? Shrieker? Shrieker's pretty good. Can do double Blinding Drone. It's pretty nice too, I guess. Still think we're doing Cruiser though. It's a bigger body. We're not going to be able to use Blinding Drone for a little bit, I think, so this seems better to me. Okay. I'll definitely trade a Cruiser for a Shrieker too. I'm okay with that. It's a good trade, actually. Like, the Cruiser's going to be good with the Infiltrator, but I'm going to end up using that in just for Rune Processor, and Shrieker is actually pretty annoying with the Hedron Crawler out, so let's just do it. Shrieker's just a good card, good way to put people away, so... Ooh, Seagate Wreckage, actually, really not a bad draw here. I think we'll play it now. I'm okay with that. So let's go Infiltrator. I could have held it up, but the thing is, our opponent still would have known we could use Blinding Drone with or without the Seagate Wreckage. So now we're just a resource away from getting this Rune Processor online, which means I think Seagate Wreckage is going to be active sooner rather than later. I hope I get my ingest on here. I really want that full Rune Processor value. So I guess we got to take Slaughter Drone, but I'm okay with that. No play. Okay. Ooh, Oblivion Strike. Alright, let's get in with L Infiltrator. Don't have a way to buff it either. Don't have a way to Jimmy buff it. Alright. Blinding Drone it is. Well, at least Oblivion Strike's going to turn on the processor. Tap down, sir. Activate the Shambling Vent. I'd be okay with that too. I can block it. Eat up his turn to gain 2 life. I'm fine with that. Shadow Glider. I mean, I don't really want to Oblivion Strike that, but at the same time, I do want Seagate Wreckage to be active. Yeah, I mean, I have Blinding Drones to do all the rest. I mean, I don't need 5 life either. I can just play Processor. I'm really trying to decide how... Well, so if I'm going to Oblivion Strike something, I need to do the Slaughter Drone, because I want to attack with Rune Processor. But how big of a waste does it feel like to Oblivion Strike a Slaughter Dragon? I mean, it kind of feels like a waste, but at the same time, gain the 5 life, or I could just use all the mana now, save the Oblivion Strike for next turn. Let's do that. I'm going to forego 5 life because I feel like there's probably a more valuable target for Oblivion Strike. But we'll find out if there is. I mean, getting a 7/8 down is also pretty good. I mean, next turn I can also... I guess I can't Oblivion Strike plus draw. So, basically I get my 7/8 out. Alright. He doesn't have colorless mana up anymore. Alright, take 2. So I can Oblivion Strike plus draw now. So basically I decided to forego 5 life, and I could get in 8 points of damage and draw here. Let's do that. Let's draw. So basically, I still think this worked out pretty well for us because we're going to get a bunch of damage in. And still be able to draw. He can activate his Shambling Vent, and I don't think that matters. Because we're easily race that if he wants to eat up his whole turn. And granted, I could have just swung into that, but I kind of want to use Seagate Wreckage. If his best play is activate Shambling Vent, we're in good shape. We're in very good shape now. Because we're going to easily race this, plus have card advantage. Seagate Wreckage for days. Alright, now we just swing with Rune Processor. He's not even chumping. Alright. So I guess we can use Seagate Wreckage and... Well, we get to just draw 2 cards off profit regardless, so... I guess... Well, or we can draw... Look at our options here. What do we want to draw our 2 cards off of? Let's just tap the Glider, I guess. And once again, I don't care if he activates Shambling Vent. Okay. Alright. So let's go Wreckage. Mind Melter. So, swing with Processor. It's got a chump. Play the Mind Melter. I can just really rip my opponent's hand apart. Pretty tempted to do that. How much mana? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I guess I can only use it once. But let's do it. It's guaranteed spell because he's been missing land drops. And then we'll tap the Shrieker. Okay. Guess we don't have to tap Shrieker now, but I guess I still don't really have a great block for it, do I? Like, I don't want to lose my Mind Melter. He has one card left in hand. Let's just tap the... Guess we'll tap the Shrieker. If he attacks with Glider, we get to... Yeah, so he can't even attack with Glider, which does make sense. Guess I don't need to show him that, so... Attack with Processor plus Mind Melter. Let me think. Maybe I can... So if I Fathom Feeder, how much mana? I have 2, 5, 9, 10 mana. So I can play this, use this, and that's 6. And I still have enough to use Seagate Wreckage. So why don't we do it in a different order? We'll go Fathom Feeder, Seagate Wreckage. Let's use the... But then I can't... I see the problem. Then I can't use Blinding Drone. It just means I can't make him discard his last card. I probably want to just make him discard, I guess. So let's do that. Wavewing Elemental, okay. So I guess we get in. There's chumps here. All right. Decided to concede. Playing against Esper. Did not see the blue splash, right? No, he did see the blue splash. All right, he's a weird deck then. Seems like a mix of colors, kind of unnecessarily, because I'm not sure what he's splashing for exactly, or which color is the lightest. So what does Warping Whale take care of? Takes care of Hedron Crawler, which actually does seem useful for him, but does not take care of the Shriekers. Negate stops complete disregard. There's probably some stuff for that, but I think our main deck is just so well geared. Even Dampening Pulse seems fine. He's got small little flyers. Yeah, I think we're fine the way we are. Okay, this hand kind of seems like a problem. because we have these blue spells. But the fact that we can go, I guess, Crawler into Seer's Lantern, I'm going to risk it. I might have to scry until I find an island, but I think we're going to risk it. We could just rip an island. We could rip black spells. We'll see. Okay, or we could rip a depleter, which is also really good. Smasher's pretty awesome too. Now I'm thinking I might want to go Lantern first, because it guarantees the Smasher if we miss the land drop. I guess if we hit our land drop, I don't have to. Alright, I think we're going to go Lantern, so we're going to forego a turn on the old depleter, which is fine anyway. But turn 4 Smasher is still very powerful. Alright. Ooh, got the blue mana. Let's go smash away. And then the following turn we can go Depleter plus Drone, which can block the Knights pretty effectively. Or if I rip a land, I can go Dampening Pulse Drone. That might actually be better in case he has removal. Like holding up Depleter until he's gotten through the removal tends to be good. Oh, this is beautiful. He has to discard too. I'll take it. Reality Smasher is kind of an absurd card. Same with like Thought Knot Seer. I was watching LSV play Modern Eldrazi. It's just really is an annoying. He discards and isolations. What's in your hand, sir? Oh my god. Discard an isolation zone. Alright, so I think, yeah, if I rip the land, I'm going to go Dampening Pulse, Blinding Drone. He discarded Isolation Zone. I'm trying to think what that tells me. I don't know. Kind of tells me he's got another removal spell. Well, we only have one blue mana, so we can't go Drone Sky Spawner, so it only makes sense to go Drone Depleter and pass. I could have also just done Depleter and then used its ability once, but I'd rather get the bodies out there. If he attacks into this, I'm just going to block with the Blinding Drone because I'd rather keep my Depleter. Ooh, I like to see that. And Shadow Glider, you got it. Alright. There's our Oblivion Strike. I think we're just going to go Dampening Pulse pass and start busting out the old Depleter. So, just going to block here. I want to keep my Depleter safe from Combat Tricks and Searing Light. Like, that's fine. I'm willing to lose Blinding Drone on this board, but I'm not willing to lose my Depleter. All right. Havoc Sower, but no colorless mana sources, so. Ooh, Sky Scourer, and we still can double use Depleter. I kind of like that. I think I'm just going to make him use some actual spot removal on Depleter. Because I'm just not going to block with it. I'm going to play around combat tricks and more Searing Lights and stuff like that. I think Depleter is just so essential. It just prevents it alongside Dampening Pulse is just really making his attacks unprofitable. I mean, I could just assume he does not have a combat trick, and if he attacks with everything, just block a knight. But, well, one card left. Well, let's see if he attacks, because I'm curious. No attacks. Well, so not even faking the combat trick. Got another land, so we get to go Sky Spawner. Swing with Scourer. And still double use Depleter. My opponent is correct. This deck ended up really sweet. I think we just ditched the flyer. Still get to double use Depleter, so that seems like it's game. He has to attack with Shambling Vent to live. And even then he doesn't get to live because of the flyers. Okay, well, deck played super well for us there. Definitely. I think our opponent's deck kind of just wasn't cohesive enough. He had like all of these sort of devoid elements, but he also had these white elements. So you can make black-white work. I feel like I've played black-white, a similar deck kind of recently too, if you'll remember. It was like the all removal deck. So it looks like you can make this work if it's black-white devoid creatures with just supplement with all the good white removal spells. But my opponent had to end up playing blue, which means I don't think they ended up where they wanted to be. So I know where they're coming from on that front. It just, you lose some synergy, whereas our deck is like pure synergy with probably not as good removal. Okay, that was sweet. Deck just like played super well for us there. Depleter is so good. Such a good card. All right, we'll see you in round 2.